Okay, Mega team, welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin today and talking about the charts, talking about what we think is going to happen next, as well as looking at Ethereum and talking about Ethereum, because Ethereum's in quite a delicate position right now on the charts, and we'll discuss that just momentarily. Before we get into it, guys, head down to the pinned comment, click the link, join our Telegram channel, get access to all the updates, analysis, and much more. If you like the content and want to support the channel, sign up to Bitget down below. Massive benefits there, guys. You get the reward center, massive reduction on fees compared to any other exchange. It's non-KYC and a whole much more stuff. You can find out more about that at the end of the video. Let's dive into today's video. So, Bitcoin has formed a rising channel. And this is nothing new. Nothing new to us here. We've been aware of the rising channel for quite some weeks now. This is a 20-day long pattern. We've been talking about this rising channel ever since we came back down and retested this area here. We obviously had that initial pattern, which is our symmetrical triangle formation. We broke to the upside, huge move, rejected, came back down, retested the bottom of that channel, and since then we've been in this upward consolidation. Now, a rising channel is a bearish pattern. There's no contestment about that. A rising channel is a bearish pattern. The question is, when will it break down? How low will it go? And will we see another swing upward on this pattern before that occurs? And yes, we can invalidate bearish patterns. We can push upwards and continue upwards. And we'll talk about how we can do that and what we need to see for that to actually occur in today's video. Quickly taking a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is in a very delicate spot. It is retesting the bottom trend line of this larger time frame pennant. This pennant again is about a 20-day structure, retesting the bottom uptrending support line of the pennant. We'll talk about where we think Ethereum could potentially go to the downside and what our validations will be for shorts and longs for Ethereum today. All right, before we get into it, guys, let's quickly take a look at the larger time frame Bitcoin, get an understanding of what's happening in the larger time frame, give us some time frame, give us some points of validation and some points that we need to be looking out for on the date range. So first and foremost, the two most important dates I would say this month, besides economic releases, for in terms of price action, we're looking at the 12th and the 21st of October. And we've been talking about these days for quite some time now, ever since late September. And just for the new viewers, the reason we've been talking about these days is because these are the days where the price or the horizontal trend lines, which is 19,000 to 17,600, absolute bottom, okay, meet up with this diagonal sloping macro downward resistance. And we zoom out, we can see this macro diagonal resistance has been a resistance basically since the top in November, retesting in March, coming back down to now. We actually saw a break above that trend line for the first time in nearly a year, guys, in October. Not too long ago, at the start of this month, a few days ago. But since we got rejected, we were not able to remain above it, and we've got rejected and come back down. So the reason these lines, these horizontal dates or these vertical dates are so important on the chart is because before the end of the 21st of October, we will have made a decision of whether or not we're going to continue upwards and potentially push into this range here, or potentially drop down below 19,000 or 16, what am I talking about? 17,600 and move down to that lower range. Very important. It's a very low chance we continue sideways throughout this range. We are going to be making a move, directional move, very soon. So keep an eye on those dates. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin here, like we said, is in an upward consolidation pattern, meaning we have an upward consolidation with higher highs, higher lows over a 20-day period, okay? And we have this rising channel formation. If we're talking about bearish breakdowns from a rising channel, go ahead and put our targets in straight away. We can go ahead and put our target in over here. That target is taking us below this major support, which is 18,400. Now, we already know what these lines represent. If you're new to the channel, the red lines are major triggers, the green lines are minor triggers. So where do these red lines take us? Breaking through this red line takes us upward into this range, okay? Breaking down through this red line takes us towards these next targets, okay? These green supports. Breaking down from this red line over here, 18,400, will take us down to the absolute bottom. And of course, we have minor supports along the way. These green levels represent areas of which we will find light support, meaning we'll find light bounces or less, how can I say it? not as strong bounces. We see a lot of wicks below these zones when we test on support. They're not held as strong as in comparison to these red levels, which we can see generally hold a lot better if we go ahead and look at these historically, even pushing backwards, you know, to the start of September, late August, we see these red zones acting as some major support and resistance. So on the larger time frame, if we do want to see a move upwards, and we're going to go ahead and back to this chart for a second, we want to see a move upwards. If you want to talk about the bullish case scenario, we would need to go back into this zone here. And this zone here is represented by that, you know, 2020, December 2020, major resistance point that we tested before we went into this nice strong bull market upwards, okay, as you can see circled. For us to go bullish again, or for us to have an attempt to break that macro bear market downtrend, which is the second diagonal line, this line here, we will actually need to get back in this range, because the major trigger for the bear market reversal will only occur if we break above 24,000 and enable us to push past this resistance. Until then, we're still very much looking bad on the macro, okay? In terms of price action and in terms of where the price actually is, not in terms of where it could go, okay? So, moving back to this chart over here, guys. Short term, we do expect a bounce. On the short term, support is support until it is lost, and therefore we do expect this area to hold a support until proven otherwise. Okay, so until this level is lost, we expect to hold support. Where would I be worried for a short term move downwards? If we lose this green line here, I'd be looking for a move towards this point. Okay, if we lose this green line here, I'd be looking for a move towards this point. Now, if we go ahead and eliminate or delete these black lines on the chart, you can see what we're looking at here. If we go ahead and even delete these, you can see what we're seeing. And this is a massive, well, I'm not sure what happened there, but so I just deleted everything. That's a bit odd. But we've got this massive horizontal range over here, okay? We've been fluctuating between and in this range for 20 days now, and more or less likely that will continue until either we break out of this area here, this upper resistance, or we lose this lower resistance. This range will continue, okay? Bitcoin dominance is looking okay. It is in the major horizontal resistance zone, which is sitting between about 41 to 41.6. Ethereum, we'll come back to Ethereum in a second. Again, total cryptocurrency market cap. I've been saying this for weeks. I've been saying this for months now. This is the only chart that is actually worrying me. In terms of everything, this is the chart I'm really worried about, because we are printing a descending triangle formation. A descending triangle formation, which is a downward sloping resistance and a horizontal sloping support. We can see that these more than likely break downwards. And if this breaks downwards, Bitcoin is going lower, Ethereum is going lower, cryptocurrency is going lower. So something I am definitely worried about. I've been looking at, I've been keeping my eye on. The important thing about this, and the really good thing about this chart, is that if this trend line does break, that would be such a clear validation for shorts that it would almost be impossible to not profit on the way down again. Obviously, we've been shorting the way down, we've caught longs on the way up, but clearing below this level would be all the information we need. Closing below this level, 4-day, 3-day candle, would be all the information we need to confirm that move downwards. That's how powerful this chart actually is going to be in terms of the direction of the overall total cryptocurrency market as a whole. So all coins are going to go with this, because obviously this is collectively the entire market. We're at 899 billion at the moment. Losing this level is around 848 billion. If we do lose this level, Bitcoin will drop below the 17,600 low and make a new low, potentially even further down. So keeping your eye on this chart, guys, is very important. I've been watching this for a very long time now, and it is the only chart that does actually genuinely make me worried for potential lows. If we go back to our brave new coin Liquid Index chart, we can see that 9-year uptrend has well and truly been lost. It's been lost for quite some time now. Not new news over here, it has been lost. What we're looking at now is the low created within that trend. The most important thing is that low created within that trend, because until this low is lost, we can push back into this 9-year trend line. So until that low is lost, we're not too concerned. We're waiting for that low. Now, I've talked a lot already on the channel. I'm gonna go ahead and bring something up in a second. Let me go back to TradingView of where we think the price will go if, hypothetically, we lose that low. Bitcoin dominance drops further, total cryptocurrency market cap continues downwards. Where will we go? I don't post on TradingView anymore. All my charts are on Telegram, but this is an old chart I posted on TradingView. You can see that target. This is back on April. The target was 13,000. Okay, so we're getting close to that point there. It is very possible still It can happen, but it is unlikely. It is unlikely. But we do have these trigger events that could occur. And one of those on the short term would be Bitcoin losing 18,400 would signify a move down here. The moment we get back down here, we're in very, very dangerous territory, because that is the moment we can see a potential crash even lower. If that level is lost on the weekly, that is when we're in trouble. So I'm going to say that again. A weekly loss, a 7-day loss of that absolute low is when we are in trouble for a continuation downwards. Not an hourly loss, not a 5-minute wick, not a 1-day candle. We're talking about a 7-day candle. A weekly candle below that absolute bottom is when the new low is in, when that absolute bottom has been lost, and when we potentially continue downwards. So keep an eye on that, guys. Let's jump into Ethereum. So Ethereum, I'm looking at Ethereum on my chart over here. On the 1 hour, it looks like we're printing a small green candle. It looks like we're just hanging on by a thread above this trend line. And this would be the most ideal time to long in terms of risk return. Because your downside risk on this investment compared to your upside is very, very small. You're looking at, putting your stop loss below 1300, a major psychological support. That would be ideal. Okay, you have a less than a 1% drawdown, potential 5.5% profit. So Ethereum is in a very dangerous spot, but buying dangerous spots with tight risk, with very tight stop losses and small capital is sometimes a great idea. That is when you get your best return on investment. Okay, so taking some calculated, measurable, and manageable risk is how we take pretty big profits in this space. So let's take a look at Ethereum from more of an objective standpoint anyway. Where can Ethereum realistically go? We'll go back to the daily chart. But so we've done a bit of analysis already on Bitcoin today. Where can Ethereum go? We've talked about, we've got this bearish pennant formation. Bearish pennants generally break to the downside more often than not. At the end of the day, a pennant is a neutral consolidation, meaning sideways consolidation. They don't generally take preference in direction. They are more or less neutral. So meaning it can realistically go either way. It can go up, it can go down. The most important thing that we're looking for here is the directional break. Where does it break? To which way does it break? So if it breaks downwards and it closes below, retest that downward sloping resistance. Now as resistance, it will continue down and vice versa. So we're looking for that break. But let's take a look at the larger time frame. Let's go ahead and bring up our VRPV. And we'll go on 200 row size for the VRPV. Perfect. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just trace some of this stuff in. So we have our major support here. This is our POC line. We have some major resistance at our alert over here, which is 1330. We obviously have major resistance at this point here, but we're not going to go ahead and put it in because we know that is our diagonal resistance. We have a lot of support down below this point over here and throughout this range. And to just go ahead and input that, we're just going to go ahead and look for some candle closes over here. We'll go ahead and pop that in, and then below, just very, very rough, we'll go ahead and do a similar thing with this level over here. So very, very rough. We're looking for those peaks on the VRPV. Not specific prices are too far away for us to care too much right now. We're just more or less giving ourselves a little bit of a range to talk about. As you can see, we have a very steep climbing mountain over here on the VRPV, which isn't very good. It's representing a lot of resistance over here, but we do have this slope downwards. So breaking above this level can take us upwards, but anything after about 420, 415, we hit this massive area of resistance, and we can see that's been resistance in the past over here, over here, over here, and finally over here. So it's gonna be a bit of a struggle to go any higher if we do push upwards anyway. But let's go ahead to our smaller time frame now and talk about potential moves on the downside, potential moves on the upside. So we're just giving you our upside target realistically. Pushing upwards here, you're looking at a target of this downward sloping resistance. Breaking through that, you're looking at a target of 1420. Getting over 1420 will be a struggle for Ethereum on the short term. We'll have to take another look at that when it does occur. On the downside, as you can see, it's not looking very good, guys. We have this huge, huge valley downwards over here, and it almost dissipates on the hourly chart. We have to zoom out a little bit more. Hopefully it will load back in. There it is. Okay. So we have some major support down over here at 20,000, well, should I say 1,220, which is a pretty strong drawdown in terms of rate of return, about a 7% drop. So if we do lose this trend line, we're looking for a pretty big drop down from there. Now, if we take our measured move from this range and bring it down to its point 13%, apply it downwards, it takes us into this range here, potentially 1,144. So A bounce here is very crucial, guys. If we do lose this level, you can see there's a gap in the VRPV, nice valley downwards into this point. We're looking at targets or supports around 1,270, 1,271, 1,270. Losing that point there, then we'll be looking at 1,200, losing that point there when we're looking at 1,144. So on the short term, Ethereum is looking okay just because it has found support on this uptrending support line. It is looking objectively okay and it could reverse. So remember, all the indicators suggesting it's going to go lower, they're lagging, okay? So after this volatile moves downwards, of course it's going to tell us it's bearish. We have to think past that, think outside the box. What is the structure telling us? The structures are really important when it comes to swing trading, but they can deeply, or should I say, more accurately predict reversal points, more so than technical indicators. So the structure is telling us we have found support, we are still in this neutral consolidation, we have points of validation or resistance. Right now would be the ideal time to look for longs. Now, if we do happen to break this trend, well, then we flip to bearish. Then we flip to short-term bearish. Then we have our downward consolidation targets and our downward price targets. Very, very simple, guys. I'm going to leave it there for today's video. I hope today's video has been helpful. I'm not feeling the best today, so if you stuck around to the end of the video, I really, really appreciate it. We'll get back into it tomorrow again, and I'll catch you guys then. See ya. So we're going to quickly have a discussion about Bitget. Now, if you follow the channel, if you're on our Telegram, if you're on our Twitter, if you like the content, enjoy the videos, and just find what we do informative and beneficial, go ahead and support the channel by clicking the sign up link to Bitget and trade where I trade. Now, there's about 10 different good reasons why I'm suggesting Bitget, and obviously I've made the swap from Binance to Bitget close to a year ago now. Last year in September, I decided to go to Bitget and trade on Bitget, and I'm going to go through the reasons why you should actually come over and trade on Bitget too. So first and foremost, guys, if you like spot trading, obviously 0% trading fees on spot. They've got over 260 coins here. Basically every popular coin you can think of is on Bitget. Basically all the coins on Binance you can find on Bitget. Another really good thing is it is global access, meaning there's no global restriction on who can sign up. Doesn't matter what country you're in, where you're from, you can sign up to Bitget. And the reason they can do that is because they do no KYC. KYCing on this exchange is completely optional. If you want to trade on a decentralized exchange where you don't have to sign up, you don't have to have your government information in there, this is where you want to be, completely decentralized. Another really good thing is they obviously have very low trading fees for futures. It's around 0.02%. Now they have around 60 to 70 different trading pairs on futures and are adding more every couple of weeks, so it is steadily growing. They also have a security fund, so if the exchange ever gets hacked or you get hacked, you can actually request a refund or a compensation from the exchange. They have, I think it's like $80 million, or if not more, $800 million or something close to that in the security fund that actually pay out to their users if anything catastrophic happens. So obviously signing up the link, you'll get access to all of that, but there's a few beneficial and extra things you get access to if you sign up the link down below. You'll get access to the reward center. Now on the reward center, there's about 5 separate tasks, and they're trading tasks. If you complete those tasks, you can make up to $4,163 just from actually trading. And the second thing is, if you sign up with the partner link down below, you are actually registered underneath my partner account. And what that gives me availability to do is I can actually adjust your fee kickbacks depending on your trading volume. So you actually get paid to trade on Bitget. You'll get kickbacks based on this trading fees you use. For example, on the 3rd of October to the 10th of October, we are doing a running campaign where 10% of the fees you pay on Bitget, you actually receive as compensation as USDT directly to your account. These are some of the things I can do. I can assess your trades, I can monitor your trades if you need advice, I can actually see what is going on, and obviously the fees are very, very small on Bitget. That being said, guys, that is all I want to talk about Bitget. If you want a more in-depth analysis and video about Bitget or how to leverage trade, go to our channel and click the video how to trade on leverage, and we talk you through Bitget in a little bit more. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you later. Okay, guys, I want to take a quick moment to introduce the Become a Trader course at the end of this video. This course was designed by myself and Wolves of Crypto. We put together a whole variety of knowledge to create the most cohesive, understandable, and beneficial trading course there is on the market. If you're interested in learning how to become a trader, if you're interested in learning how to use technical analysis, if you're interested in learning how to apply market analysis to different cryptocurrencies, this is a course for you. We teach you everything from the fundamentals, the basics about what cryptocurrency is, how to trade cryptocurrency, mastering the craft of cryptocurrency, diving into a whole range of technical indicators, market structures, and teaching you how to utilize these when finding trades and applying risk management strategies to become more profitable over time. We even dive into market psychology, human psychology, and provide a variety of different videos and educational content, including courses and quizzes to assist your learning along the way. If this is something you're interested in, guys, go ahead and contact us down below at the cryptoacademycourses@gmail.com. We'll send you an email back with all the course information, the structure, the payment details, and everything else you need to know. That being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and we'll catch you in the next one.